Gentleman's Sweep Show, where nothing gets swept under the rug. Fun Radio Monday.
Play that one more time. Give the people
you worked on that.
The Gentleman's Sweep Show, where nothing gets swept under the rug. Fun Radio Monday.
Yeah.
DJ Smoke! We official now. We got somebody. We got somebody from England. That was nothing gets swept underneath the rug. Hey,
that's what's up.
We got a budget, man. Fun Radio is back. Listen, I'm back. Norris is back. Tanya is back. Lady T is in the building. Hey, listen, welcome to the Gentleman's Sweep Show, where it's two nuts and that girl with that big fat butt, and we just here to have fun, and we got a show for y'all today. Oh my goodness. Hey, listen. Listen. What happens when you walk in a house and you know it's a young person you're gonna go see, and my man Chris Hansen comes out of nowhere? You already know what.
You've been set up.
You've been set up. We're going to talk about that today. What's our topic of the show today, Tanya?
Child predators. We must protect this house.
Listen, we got to talk about we must protect this house. We're going to talk about some signs. We're going to talk about some things that y'all need to be aware of. And definitely we want to know, are your children safe on the internet? Are you making sure that your children and are safe when they're out there on the internet? But before we get into that serious mode, I am happy to be back with both of y'all today.
It's good to have you back,
sir.
My
goodness. You know, I didn't like the little split screen things or whatever y'all was.
Yeah, because we were like talking about you and you couldn't even hear us.
It's okay. That happens every day of my life. People talk about me, but hey, I keep going. It is what it is. So how about y'all weekend? I ain't do nothing but spend the whole day on the plane. What about y'all? How did y'all weekend look?
It was quiet. Relaxing.
Sometimes quiet and relaxing.
I needed that. It was a rough week, so I needed that.
Okay,
it was good.
Energized now.
Not quite, almost.
But almost there. What about your week?
I had a very interesting vacation with the other half, and we definitely going to talk about it because part of my vacation took over my hate on me hater.
Oh no! So we're gonna hear about
it. That's not supposed to happen when you go on vacation.
Sometimes, man, life gives you lemons, and you have to make bitter,
lemonade,
sour, disgusting lemonade.
Listen, I try to make.
Oh, you're supposed to make good lemonade.
I try to make
lemons.
Mike's Hard Liquor lemonade. You know what I'm saying?
For the vodka.
Yeah. You want to make sour, not good lemonade. I know somebody that made some Mike's this weekend. DJ Smoke. Tell me about your weekend, my dude.
Oh, it was good. Just lovely. Chill with the fam.
That's what's up.
So somebody's daughter's intact. Hey,
really? You just put him on blast like that?
DJ Smoke is just doing his thing. Hey, listen, ladies, we still are auctioning DJ Smoke off.
That hasn't happened yet, has it?
It's going to happen.
I thought I missed it.
It's going to happen soon because DJ Smoke he's out there.
Get your ones ready.
Get your ones ready. DJ Smoke used to be a dancer. They called him Sparkles back in the day. You know
Sparkles?
what I
mean? That's not.
They called him Say Growing Up.
That's not even manly.
Hey, what is Sparkles like? How you have to have Spark before
that's
Flyer?
That's a female dancer's name, not a male. Come on, man. You could have gave him something a little more manly than that.
He said Pyroglyphs. We call DJ Spark coming to the stage.
Not DJ
Sparkles.
Lord Jesus.
Did you have like a cheetah skin thong and you just jumped from nowhere? Arr.
Is he lying on you right now? Gross exaggerating.
Y'all know Smoke ain't never stripped. He too cool for that, man.
I don't know.
Smoke be in the back of the club.
They used to call me Brown Stallion.
Hey! I'm gonna leave that alone.
I guess he told you.
Hey, listen, note to yourself, make a man law about a grown man calling his name.
Brown Stallion.
Brown. I can't even say that.
Wait a minute. I'd rather he be called that than Sparkles.
He said his name
At least that was manly.
He said his name was who?
Brown Stallion.
Yeah,
coming to the stage.
It's okay for you to say it. But when he said it, he licked his Brown Stallion.
Little known fact, when you have the shows, that's why the females announce the dudes.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Hey, give him one announcement real quick. Give him some.
Nah, that's okay. We need to move on.
Oh, I thought we was going to give him one. Because I wanted to see if he had like, you know how some of them strippers got the Velcro jump when they just rip it off?
Choking over there.
Hey, it's too much. It's too much smoke over there. You know what I mean? Sparkle turns fire, turns smoke, turn brown.
No sparkle. That should be a man law.
Don't say it again. That's a check.
Do not give girl names to men. That should be a man law.
Man, listen. Y'all already know we are back in the building. The nuts are back. We're going to have a fun show for y'all today. We got to take a little break, but we'll be back real quick. We got some crazy clips from this weekend.
I got some shit for you.
Jacob, go ahead and give one of those clips real quick before we come back. Gentlemen Sweep Show Fun Radio is back.
Hold on, I just got out of the shower. There's some juice on the table.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
You want to explain to me what you're doing here?
I came looking for booty.
You came looking for sex with an underage boy?
Oh, no, I ain't come looking for no little boys. I ain't got no milk, no cookies, nothing. I came looking for man's butt.
A man's butt? Excuse me?
Oh, I know who you are, Chris Hansen. But see, I calls you Chris Handsome. I watch your TV show all the time. So you can go ahead and bring them cameras and them police is waiting outside. It don't make me no difference. Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Okay, cut. This isn't working. Someone get this guy out.
Don't make me ruin that butt. No, Chris, I'm a warrior.
Hey, I came looking for some man's butt.
I call you Chris Hansen.
Hey,
Why'd you pick that one?
Hey, listen, that show was hilarious. And you want to know the funniest thing about How to Catch a Predator? I'm pretty sure they've seen the show before because all of them, when he walk out, they know who he is. Why do when they leave the house, why do they try to run? If you've seen the show, you already know.
SWAT
the
is
police
right outside
they come
the
in
front
get you.
door.
And police rather tackle your ass and hurt you. They rather give it to you like that. So why run? Hey, look, before we get in the show, I got a question for y'all. I want to see where we are. It's really for Norris and Smoke, but you're going to look at it, all right? Check this out.
Okay.
If you was paid $40 million on film, the hugger man, like real tight, like kind of suspectish for 2 minutes, $40 million for...
That's a long hug.
No,
2 minutes.
for $40 million, I want to know, would you do that hug?
Forget all this man law stuff. I'm getting in there.
I was about to
with
say,
hug.
that was a long
What
pause.
about you, Smoke?
Game commercial and
He
sniffing
said,
shirt.
come to daddy.
I'm asking you. I'm saying, Jacob, are we on camera 1? Are we on camera 2? You know what I mean? 40
Got 'em
million.
both.
That was a question on Facebook today, and everybody was like, "Nah, man, no homo. I ain't doing none of that crazy
They
stuff."
lying. They lying.
What about my kids?
They would do it for a
y'all
scratch
lying.
off ticket.
They said, "What about my kids?" I said, "For $40 million, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my kids." Like, look, Dad, gotta get this money, young. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna help me spend it.
If he tell me to grab my butt, you know what I mean? He'll give me an extra $5. He gotta do what he gotta do. You heard me? That's $40 million. Half of y'all people don't even make that in a lifetime, and y'all talking about, nah, I gotta.
They
They
lying.
got integrities now.
They would do that.
They
They would do it for an EBT card and a scratch off. Quit lying.
And the scratch off, they hoping to get some money
Right.
from a
You ain't
scratch
even
off.
guaranteed.
But man, let's go into some of this craziness that's been going on, Norris. Hey man, tell us about this world. I know they got, I've been trying to follow the politics lately. I know you got some for us.
The heat
Don't
is
do
on.
it.
Hey, let's get it. The heat is on. Any block. Let's
You getting a
go.
little too excited.
Let's go, Pope.
Today is the happiest day of my life when the FBI come to your house and say you are underneath arrest for suspicion of money laundering and lying to the people and the standards of America. So Donald Trump lackeys. The heat is on.
It's on.
2 people are going
It's
to
on.
jail today.
Sparkles.
I woke up so happy.
But the one we want ain't going nowhere. You know that,
The
right?
one we want, he can go somewhere if somebody turns state. If
Hey,
somebody
They're not
if
gonna do
somebody
it.
snitch,
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna
they
take that charge.
they
They're gonna
gonna have
watch.
to
They're
snitch.
gonna take it. They're gonna
How?
take
He
it. I'm gonna tell
fired
you
them
why.
like they was
Because the one
nobodies.
dude, it's well known in DC in the political circles that he's been shady for years. This was just waiting to catch up with him.
What about
So,
your friend?
Trust me, Trump, he done paid them well. I know you have 45. Look at the camera. I know you paid them well. They're going to take that charge for you, and you'll still be our president for another 3 years.
Man, what else we got?
And unfortunately, I thought the NFL was going to do the right thing and invite our boy Kaepernick out for the meetings. And that was all over the news. And then he's not been invited to no meetings.
I'm sure.
But he did get a $1 million deal for a book.
Congratulations.
So hopefully
man.
that book tells everything.
Yeah.
Add
I
that
want
to that
some
14
names,
million he got.
I want some dates. I want some pictures. I want some blackmail evidence. I want it all.
You asking for a lot.
Gonna be the number one seller.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I was happy about over this weekend. Like I ain't really been rocking with football. First of all, my team on the Redskins and y'all suck. I'm just letting y'all know.
Yeah, what was up with that game yesterday?
I think y'all need to let the coach go because I'm at home telling the defense what he about to run before he runs it. It's too predictable. So you never stick to one pattern. You're just garbage. So Dan Snyder, you can't even blame him on this because he's been staying out of the way. He's been paying money, doing what he need to do. But we don't got no first, no second, no third type receivers. Our best players are running back, and people know how to stop him on the screen. So y'all just sorry. But this is what I did respect this week, and I respected that when the Texas owner, McNair, whatever his name is, he went out of his mouth and he said that the inmates are running the prison.
Yes,
his team pretty much all took a knee. They all, I think, but like 5 people or whatever.
6 people.
6 people. They probably had contract extensions,
Right.
like that.
They were
didn't
covered.
care, but on the real, those people took a knee because one thing you got to understand though is just because they play a sport doesn't mean that they're supposed to shut up. These are still men. You know what I mean? There's a men. They're black men. They're white men. There's a whole bunch of other races that are playing, and you can't disrespect people. Period. I mean, they play a game because they love it. But it is what it is. You can't disrespect people like that and get away with it. So shout out to the Texans. I might rock with y'all for this season. because my skins ain't doing nothing.
You can't be bandwagon, man.
Listen,
you just said that in public. Like, what is wrong
the
with you?
Redskins is like an ex-girlfriend who tells you she's going to change,
but
she never changes.
No,
she never changes.
Flag on the play.
Hey,
You supposed to go down in flames with your team. Your team could be, lost every single game. You're still supposed to ride for your team.
Listen, bandwagon
ass.
She's never going to change.
I done lost a lot of respect for you on that.
She's never going to love you right. You know what I mean?
You done lost points.
Man, what we got in the ratchet news?
Deduct 10 points for being a bandwagon.
Redskins, I hate you. No, I'm just playing.
Listen, and just like an ex-boyfriend, he'll love you tomorrow. How about that? Win one game
every year.
Skins win one game. He'll be back.
I'm gonna be back
Right
because
now,
I'm gonna watch
like
it this
Scarface.
week.
Take another Quaalude.
I'm gonna half watch it.
I love you in the morning.
I'm gonna watching something else until they score a touchdown. Let's go. What we got in that ratchet news?
We got a lot in the ratchet.
Here we go with the ratchetness.
I'm gonna start with the ultimate ratchetness. Our boy Kevin, used to be our boy Kevin Spacey. Everybody knows Kevin
no
Spacey.
More, sir.
Kaiser.
Kaiser.
You not even Kaiser.
That
Say
dude
no
from
more.
Usual Suspects, House of Cards. It's come out that Anthony Rapp. In case you don't know who he is,
Allegedly.
No, it's not alleged.
It ain't alleged no
he
more.
Said, I'm sorry about doing it, bro. That's not alleged.
Let me finish. Ain't no damn alleged.
I'm trying to help you out, man.
Let me set the scene, Dad. So Anthony Rapp is a Broadway star. If you know anything about musical theater, he starred in Rent, and he's on the new Star Trek Discovery. So he's come out to let it be known that a long, long time ago, 1986 to be exact, he was 14, Kevin was 26, and he forced himself on him. Now, Kevin since came out with a statement on Twitter. Sidebar, what's up with y'all always going to Twitter with your press announcements? Like, what happened to a good old press conference? I don't get it. But he came out on Twitter and basically kind of accepted it but denied it at the same time. He's like, I don't remember, but if I did, I'm sorry. Oh, and on another note, I'm gay. And I was like, that's the worst time to come out of the closet. Like, there should never be a bad time to come out. But to use your announcement that you are gay, which we pretty much already knew that, but to publicly say it to deflect from the issue, you lose points for that, Kev. That's messed up. And on top of that, all types of celebrities are speaking out. They're like, we knew he was doing this for years.
No.
Rosie O'Donnell was real vocal about it, but then Twitter world got back on her. Well, chick, if you knew about it, why you ain't ever say nothing? You just as bad as he is. So we're going to see how this develops. Let's see what else. For all my Tamar Braxton, let's have a moment of silence right there.
Oh, let me get
She's
serious.
filed for divorce from Vince. I don't know how this is going to work. The new season of Tamar and Vince starts this week. I don't know if it's a publicity stunt, if it's real, but she definitely filed for divorce saying it just ain't working out. So we're going to say a prayer that they get it together.
Nah, she moved on, man.
I don't know.
Women don't leave you unless they got a new one. So
I don't know. We'll see.
Shout out to that new man handling that.
We'll see how this works out. Speaking of bad marriages, so Kendu Isaacs is back in the news. He's Mary J. Blige's ex, soon to be ex. and she's been having to pay him spousal support. So now he wants to up the ante even more, claiming because of her music and bad mouthing him in the press, now him can't get a job. So now he wants $65,000 a month. But Mary clapped back and she was like, okay, soon as you help pay back the IRS, I think it's like $10 million they owe to the IRS. You help pay that back, and then we could talk about your $65K. So I don't think you're gonna get that. Good luck though. Good luck with that. And one more thing. So Stevie J, your boy.
Hey, the bus driver.
Yeah, your boy Stevie J. So this is allegedly.
Yeah,
I'm saying that allegedly.
Allegedly.
He's having sex with a transgender model named Shauna
God
Brooks.
damn it. Stevie giving that man a beefcake.
Hold up. Y'all ain't upset about Kevin Spacey raping dudes, but you upset because Stevie J is messing with
allegedly. I said allegedly.
Really?
Stevie J is an icon. Stevie J is an icon.
Stevie J is that dude. He's that dude.
He that dude messing with a transsexual. How about that? He's still that dude though. He's still that dude though.
Hey, Mona,
He's still
as
that
long as
dude.
Mona's still cutting those checks, he's still that dude. Holla at me, Mona.
Love and hip hop to a whole nother level.
They
and
did.
everybody know that.
They did, but I can't wait to see because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is about to air tonight, I believe.
Ooh.
So we're gonna see what happens. Because Johnny Blaze, I don't know if you know her. She's a reality star. Her and Stevie used to be like this. Now here's a word to the wise: don't piss off your homegirls because they got receipts on your ass, and she is telling it all. Says that the girl Shauna has all types of text messages, pictures, videos, the whole 9 yards.
They doing a Bobby V.
Yes. And then she's also claiming that the chick, what's her name, Jasmine Washington, Kirk Frost, Rashida's husband, that whole drama, is he the daddy, is he not the daddy? She is actually claiming that Love and Hip Hop paid this Jasmine chick to lie and say Kirk is the daddy.
I believe that.
But we about to find out because they are due to actually finally get this paternity test in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to see if Kirk's. I think he is the daddy. I really do. I really do. Because why else was you paying all her expenses?
Kurt is a wild dude.
You paid for her apartment in the same building where you and your wife was living. Like, bruh, really?
Listen,
Ratchet.
to all those people out there, man, get your marriages together. Yo, but for real.
Facts. That's a fact.
Tamar got a new dude and he's in shape. You know what I mean? So that's on Vince.
Hold
I'm
on
sorry.
now. Vince lost a lot of weight. He was getting there. She loved it when he was fat. What she did.
Hey, Vince, it's okay, man. You can find you another one. You know what I mean? You good.
I don't think he gonna find
another one. Listen. Before we go to break, I'm gonna hit y'all with this man I didn't even know. Okay, so I want y'all to understand this. I know you are a Patriots fan, so I know you know who number 12 is for the Patriots, right?
Tom Brady, mama.
Tom Brady. All right. Do y'all know any other legendary number 12s out there?
None of them else matter.
None of them matter. Okay, I know John Stockton, he was number 12. Joe, my man, what's his name? He was number 12. Yeah. But can anybody tell me who is the number 12 for the Seattle?
Do we care?
Crickets.
Crickets. Seahawks. The Seahawks. Who's their number 12?
No.
So real quick, I'm chilling in the bar, right? And all I see is these number 12 shirts.
Oh, that's right. You was in Seattle then.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I asked people, who the hell is number 12? There's no name on the back of the jersey. I don't understand. Who is this guy?
Ghost?
But everybody got the jerseys on. And then I realized it was the greatest marketing scheme ever made. Number 12 stands for the 12th man. So everybody in Seattle buys them damn jerseys and they walking around with number 12 sweaters, number 12 jackets, number 12 shirts.
That's too much.
Seattle, shout out. Y'all getting paid. I heard y'all stole that from a college team.
Yeah,
so y'all paying royalties
I've heard
for
that story.
But salute. Y'all are the smartest people out there. Number 12 in Seattle. I learned the hard way when I asked a question and everybody looked at me like I was crazy. But listen, I rock with y'all. Get money. We about to go to a break. We got another show coming or another tape coming y'all way. Jacob, show them. Stay away from them kids, man.
Please,
Gentlemen, sweet.
Oh, did you bring protection?
Yeah.
Perfect.
The only bad news about that is you're probably not going to need that type of protection tonight.
Do you want me to go get you some milk for your brownies?
That would be good.
Okay, I'll be right back.
You always so polite.
Yeah?
How's it taste?
Thought you were supposed to be in the hot tub already.
Oh, I'm just getting dressed. I've got a surprise for you.
I guess I'm probably not the surprise you expected, am I?
You are exactly surprised.
Why don't you have a seat over there for me?
You're exactly what I was expecting.
So you've got a big afternoon planned, huh? Why don't you have a seat right there, please?
Where are you?
Oh, listen.
Hey,
they got that.
Damn it.
That was an equal opportunity zone. They got an Indian man. They got everybody, man.
I got a question. How long has Chris been doing this? Because those clips look old as dirt.
He been doing it for a long time.
Chris made his career
off of that.
Off of How to Catch a Predator.
I
man.
wouldn't want to be known for that.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
when you see him, you know.
I guess
You think they stop him in the streets and be like, yo, sign this?
I don't think so. They probably go the other way.
Hey, well, Fun Radio is back.
We are back.
We are.
Do you know where we are?
We in D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm off on the time zone.
You know what station we're on?
WLVS Radio.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey, shout out to Jeremy and everybody here giving us opportunities.
Yes.
So what's your word of the day, sir?
Hey, listen, I'm just going to make this real quick because I know we got some craziness to talk about today, but my word of the day is nitpicking. Have y'all ever heard about that? Nitpicking. Nitpicking. I'm going to say this, man, and I'm just going to put it out here, man. Sometimes y'all people out here, y'all got to learn to pick your battles. You know what I mean? I stay on Facebook, and I see a lot of stuff all day where people out here nitpicking on little things or simple things. I want a man that's like this tall. I don't want this. I don't want that. They got to have this.
Impossible standards.
Yeah, impossible standards. I don't want nobody texting me. I'd rather call me and like this silly type of stuff that in the end of the day don't really matter. But a lot of the people I'm seeing are saying that and out there nitpicking a single. So I'm really telling you this. At some point, if you want to have a relationship, you got to understand what's really important. I don't hear nobody saying I want a guy with integrity. I want a guy to treat me right. I want a guy that's never going to lie to me. I don't hear y'all saying things that are really important in a relationship. I hear y'all talking about lame things that don't even matter. So I'm just going to say to this one time, stop all the nitpicking. Won't y'all respect people for who they are, accept them for who they are, and pick your battles, man. Some things aren't even worth fighting for. So at that point, I'm going to go send it to... What time is it, Smoke? What time do we got going on? We about to hate on some people?
Yeah.
Are you about to hate on some people?
We going to let Norris go first.
Oh! We about to hate on some people? Oh!
We going to let Norris go first.
Oh!
Why are you listening to me?
Let me walk out for a second, Smoke. I wasn't here for 2 weeks.
Not too long, though.
Not too long.
We ain't paying. We ain't got Jilly for Philly money.
Okay, go ahead.
For real.
You try to set us up, man.
Oh, you gotta pay NBC for that clip that we shot.
We might could get away with that.
And we love you, NBC.
But Jilly from Philly is a hustler. We ain't getting away with that.
What we got? Who you hating on?
Right.
Who you hating on, Norris?
Man, Jay Russell. I'm hating on my whole weekend.
Okay, let me hear about it.
And I thinking I'm going to Myrtle Beach to chill with the other half and have a wonderful, good old time. And I see some shit that you cannot take back.
Ooh.
First and foremost,
she laughed over here. It must have been bad.
First and foremost, we check into Barefoot Resorts.
No,
and,
what is Barefoot?
What is that?
First of all, first strike. Barefoot Resorts.
Flag on the plate.
Fake me out little villas. And the first thing we see after we check our bags in and we go to dinner, we come back about to chill and relax. We see a freaking roach.
Listen, yo.
And then after that, we packed our stuff and we were out of there.
Can't be barefoot in the roach motel.
You
can't do that.
You gotta save $10 in Myrtle Beach. If y'all wanted to save some money, all y'all had to do was go to the little things with. They make you watch the hour-long episode.
Y'all better stay off of Living Social. That thing is a setup.
This supposed to be the high-end joint.
So what else happened?
Then we moved to the next joint, and then they have us on these paper-thin beds, man.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So literally, I had to take the other beds from the other room and double stack the beds, man. So Barefoot Resorts, don't stay there.com.
Hey, listen.
And then a little bit extra on the weekend. I see, man, some people don't need to wear every goddamn thing.
What happened?
Swear to God, I see this girl's every bit about 325 pounds.
I like them.
Nothing but gut.
Yes.
Wearing short leather
don't.
shorts.
Yes.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I need you to burn those leather shorts.
Hey, she had leather shorts.
Something. Leather shorts.
Wait.
All
I got a
question.
I got a question.
All you saw was gut and zipper.
I got a question. So you were in Myrtle Beach. What was the temperature?
The temperature was actually 80.
No.
It was actually 90.
And she was wearing leather shorts.
yes.
Leather shorts.
In 80-degree weather.
And all you saw was
Yo.
Hey, smoke.
That ain't nothing but
It
you
smell like bacon.
I'm not gonna hate no more. I'm not gonna hate no more.
Big girls. I'm a big girl.
Tell
we
'em,
don't
T.
wear everything they put out. It's
can
not
try
for
it.
us. Just because you can squeeze
she
into it
smell
don't
like-
mean you supposed to wear that.
Smell like bacon.
And don't be wearing no leather ass shorts in no 80-degree weather.
Hey,
Listen.
Lady T, I had to look down, man. I had to just look at the curve.
You should have looked away. I'd have crossed the street.
Listen, I appreciate that one. I appreciate that hating me hater, but mine's is gonna be serious. So just for a second, I'm gonna get serious for one time.
Okay.
all right?
Oh, Lord, it's about to snow.
Oh, hey.
I was gonna do something. I was gonna hate on me.
That's what I thought you
waiting on
said.
I had to change that. I had to listen. I'm gonna do that sometime. I was gonna hate on me for hating on LeVar Ball last week. Shout out. Y'all did beat the Wizards, so he said they wasn't gonna lose
He balled
2
out.
times in 1 week. They did beat the Wizards. John Wall. I got a problem with the Wizards real quick. Why when y'all get teams down by 15, y'all stop playing hard? Like, shout out, y'all beat the Sacramento Kings by like 40, but it take 2 straight losses, ones that y'all shouldn't even have for y'all to stop playing. Y'all better get that together. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hate on people that got low self-esteem and people that are ready to like end their lives. This is my thing, all right? This weekend, the other day, a young lady that's 22 years old by the name of Marissa Harris. She actually died this weekend. She was coming from school and she was just driving her car, 22 years old. And there was a 12-year-old little kid that was on the top of an overpass and he wanted to kill himself, commit suicide. So he actually dove over the overpass and then diving over the pass, he hit her car and he killed her. So you got a 12-year-old young boy who wanted to kill himself and he failed at doing that. But in the attempt of trying to kill himself, he killed somebody else who was 22 years old, who had her life straight. She was in college to become a therapist, ironically, to help trouble kids, and this is one that took her life. So really, I just want to take a time. I want to be serious, and I want to give Marissa Harris a shout out because she lost her life in vain. I feel like if you got problems and you want to kill yourself, it's your responsibility to do whatever you want to do. But when you take other people out in an attempt to end your life and you don't even kill yourself, I got a problem with that. So for real, I'm hating on anybody that's out there harming other people just because they got problems in their life. So hate on that person. And he's 12, and since he was 12, by law they couldn't give his name. You know what I mean? So in a sense, we got a young lady that's dead behind a man that really just can't even give his name. And I really feel like his parents should be shamed in this situation because they did something wrong for him to be at that predicament at 12 years old.
Well, I hope he gets the help that he
I
clearly
hope he does.
needs.
I hope he does. And shout out to her family. I hope you guys heal from this tragedy. It was really unnecessary.
Wow. I don't even want to say mine after that.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
Hey, no, hate on somebody. We got to pick it back up. Hate on somebody.
Okay.
Hey.
Well.
Hey, Smoke,
okay.
I
got it.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
I'm hating on moochers.
Yes, that's a good one.
And shout out to my family. I love y'all. But yeah.
Oh, family. I'm gonna turn my back on we family. I don't know what's going to happen.
Hey. And I'm not gonna say any names, but we all know how family rolls sometimes. Sometimes boundaries get crossed, and they think it's okay because we're family. So here's my thing. Stop being a moocher. Stop being that person. Okay, like we all know, I lost a family member this past week. We all gathered together, for the services. A lot of us had to come from out of town. Now, me being me, we got a room.
Okay.
Because I'm not trying to, infringe upon the rest of the family that's local or whatnot. But I had this one family member. She arrived a week before my cousin passed away and just told her sister, I'm staying with you. Didn't ask, just kind of moved on in there. Now, the rest of us, I'm saying it. I ain't going to say
the name, please.
Nope. Not going to do that. Now, the rest of us, shut up. Now, the rest of us, funeral was on Monday. The rest of us, most left on Monday after the services. The rest of us left on Tuesday.
Okay.
She was still there.
What her name start with?
Yes.
Aunt.
I'm trying to get her. Go ahead, tell your story.
So my cousin, the sister of the cousin who passed away, she's really, really stressed. She's going through it. And she called me and she's like, I need your help. Wow. Why? What's wrong? Get your family out my house. She's still here. She ain't trying to leave.
Jeez Louise.
It took everything I had to just calmly, nicely, politically correct as much as I could be. Auntie, we love you. We appreciate everything you're doing, but it's time for you to go home now.
Okay.
She was a little upset, but she left. So I'm hating on the fact that as family, we're supposed to be there to love and support each other, not to mooch off each other.
Yeah.
Like, if you couldn't afford to get your own place, then maybe you shouldn't have came, or maybe you should have talked to some of the family who could have helped you out to get a room. But just to infringe upon other people's personal space like that, and then I'll make it a little funny for a second. How about when you had them family dinners and get-togethers, and then the one family member comes with like 5 kids, and they don't never bring nothing, but then they want to make like 5 plates to take home? Cut that shit out. It's rude and it's not cute. That's all I got.
Hey, listen, bro.
Stop being the dude that only bring the plates, man.
Listen,
Stop being the dude that only
Stop
bring the
bringing
plates.
your own Tupperware unless you bringing something in the Tupperware.
I want to talk to my family real quick, for real, because
Now
I know
you
I
wanna
do
talk
this.
to your family.
Listen, Mom, I love you. Shelly, I love you. All the rest of y'all, I could care less. I'm doing what I do. I'm going to go ahead and mooch off of y'all. I could care less. Hey, Smoke, have you ever had somebody you mooched off, or somebody that mooched off of you that was your family and you hated it?
Yeah.
Say their names if she don't want to do it. Say their names if she can't do it. Say somebody's name.
You say a
I had to
name.
block a couple of them.
You had to block them?
Yeah, like got that real because a lot of people depend on me.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem, but sometimes, you know, your batteries get low.
And
right.
And once I can't recharge them, don't call me.
Hey, but listen, the problem that I have too is this: sometimes people will mooch off you, and then when they can't get nothing else off of you,
they get
then
mad
you're not
at
good. And they
you.
get mad when you say that.
And then they do the hate on me hater.
How they do that?
See how that works?
See how that works?
Yes.
Get you a radio show so you can blast them.
Hey, but when you blast them, say their name. This is the Gentleman Sweep Show where nothing gets swept underneath the rug.
Not a damn thing, apparently.
In your English voice, take us to break. DJ Smoke, take us to break. Play something that's going to pick
Smoke
up.
got too much smoke
Hey,
going
listen,
on
we're going
over
to play a
there.
video when we come back, Smoke. I need you to play something to lift our spirits up because I think I just
you
took us
kinda
somewhere we
killed
shouldn't have
it
went to.
a little bit.
Let's go, Jacob. Play
Hey,
something.
everybody. There's no real comfortable or good way to start this, so let's just jump right in. If you don't know what's been happening over these last few weeks, Andy Signor was fired almost 3 weeks ago after multiple women came forward on social media with allegations of sexual harassment and abuse. This was news that was a shock to all of us. Andy was, for I think everyone here, not just our boss, but someone that we counted as a friend. And we found out overnight that he was not the person that we knew or that we thought he was. And it's taken a lot of time for us to process that, to ask the questions that need to be asked, and to feel comfortable coming forward and just talking to you guys and being able to say everything that is in our brains and that we want to get across. First and foremost, I want to say that, you know, I think all of us have been very encouraged and heartened and really touched by the support that the fans.
Oh! Hey. Smoke about to pick our spirits up. Oh!
We need something.
Fun Radio's back. Oh!
Let them do it. Let them
do it.
No.
Oh! They be hating. They be hating.
No.
Fill it up.
You only
They
get
be
one
hating.
shot. You only
They
get
be
one
hating.
shot.
No.
Fill it up. They be hating.
Cut the music.
Fun Radio is back.
Yeah.
Cut the music.
I swear they be hating on me. Let me be great.
We let you be great every Monday from 9 to 10.
Hey, listen, I had people in Seattle screaming, "Let me be great, yo."
You know what?
I was trying to take that by coastal. I was trying to let everybody have that. Man, when y'all gonna let me rap one time, man? Let me be great. Last time was Smoke's fault. It wasn't my fault.
No.
Smoke messed me up on that video.
Dylon,
Dylon, spit hot fire.
I missed that show. What happened to making the band?
Listen, Babs, man. Shout out to Babs. Who was Who was my man that was from New Orleans? What was his name?
I
don't even know. Chopper or something like that. He had like one hit and he was out, man. Hey, shout
can
out.
we find that on demand or Netflix?
They need
or
to get the lady now that Loving Hip Hop
That show
Atlanta
was all that.
about to go down because my man Stevie. No, that's gonna go up. Stevie J messing with dudes. Allegedly. Kurt
Johnny
Frost.
Blaze said it is so.
Kurt Frost faking babies for ratings. Allegedly. So man, let's talk about this topic out here, man. Let's talk about this topic. Unfortunately, we read things today with my man Kaiser. I don't even want to say his name. I'm just gonna say Kaiser.
No, we gonna say his names. We gonna shame the shit out of him.
Well,
Kevin
Spacey.
Spacey.
Okay, so he fooled us. He fooled us. He fooled us.
We been
First
had.
of all,
For years.
I never even thought about him being gay or straight. I just didn't even think about it.
Okay.
But he was 14, bruh. He was 14 and you were 26. First of all, why are you inviting a 14-year-old to a party at your apartment?
Okay.
That was a strike one right there in the first place. And then just to do what you did and then not even truly accept responsibility for it, epic fail. I'm just really disappointed.
So I'm gonna put this out here for everybody and just this conversation, because it is a hard conversation to have. Where are you guys at when it comes to just the laws that we have out here, or where are you guys at where we have with situations and instances where we have grown men, grown women as well? You know what I mean? As well. Taking advantage of young children for whatever reasons. Where are you guys at with it? Where you
Me personally, I think it's a definite double standard, as you see in the community. When there's a man who does these incidents in the community, he's definitely going to jail.
Okay.
But for when a young lady does these things, we always want to be like macho and say, oh, if it was me, I would be so proud that this happened to me.
Okay.
Matter of fact, this just recently happened. I believe I seen on World Star Hip Hop. A young lady took advantage of like a 14-year-old kid.
Okay.
In a junior high school. So, and she probably would suffer like less consequences or less time because she's a female.
And we all know World Star Hip Hop is like the real radio. Everything you read on World Star is real. It's absolutely true, right? Absolutely true. It's 100% factual. Shout out to my man that owns World Star Hip Hop.
No fake news there, huh, Trump?
No fake news. World Star Hip Hop is absolutely true.
It's like the Bible.
So we can't shout him out anymore.
He's out of World Star?
No, he's passed. He passed away.
Oh man. Father God forgive me. I had no idea. Shout out to World Star Hip. Who's running it?
I have no idea, but the person who
the
started
inmates
it,
are running that asylum.
I need to take a knee for my man though, for real. Yeah. So back to the subject. I apologize. I need to know.
Yeah, but I do have an issue, happened to me when I was 7. We can talk about that later. We can get into it.
No, get into that now. It just,
I want you to get your tissues.
I just want to tell people this real talk. When it comes to this doing the show, we talk about certain things we're going to talk about in some segments, but when it comes to the real discussion, we don't go into it. So this is my first time hearing that, a situation may be crazy like this. So I'm just like, all y'all want to know what this man is about to say. So let me go ahead and give you the floor. What's going on? What happened when you were 7?
When I was 7, one of my female cousins actually took advantage of me and molested me. And for years, I battled, we talked personally, with sex addictions.
Okay.
I mean, being honest, I believe that's the reason I currently struggle with sex addictions, because I was taken advantage of so early and my innocence was taken away from me.
Okay.
So once my innocence was taken away from me, all I could think about was just when's the next move? You know what I mean? Being out there with women and chasing women all my life because someone didn't preserve my childhood, and that's took it away from me. And I always think about that to this day. I still think about that pain, and it's very hard to overcome it. And I can understand why some people commit suicide. Yeah. Some people have drinking issues, because you never forget that person who took advantage of your innocence and stole your childhood, pretty much.
Hey, you want to know something that's real? This is real talk, and I appreciate you for sharing that, because that's real. I was having a conversation. Matter of fact, this weekend when I was in Seattle, I was having a conversation, and this lady said to me that a lot of people that are in the adult industry, a lot of people that have alternative livings like stripping, or that are doing things like prostitution or whatever it is, are doing those things because
part-time job.
they were once molested, or they was, when they were young, someone that they trusted took advantage of them, and because of that, they struggle with things all their lives, and this just became the outlet for them, or whatever it is. So for you to share that, like, really, brought a conversation back to my mind about that, and that's real deep. People don't understand what can be the long-term effects from being able to do that, and this is the sad thing. Some people might laugh. Now, I'm not saying that that's a funny story, but they might say, like, that's an excuse, or, you know what I mean? Some people might give high fives, because I know a lot of times in groups, or a lot of times when people say, when did you start having sex? Some people say, I started having sex when I was 7, 8, 9, like really, really young ages. And I'm thinking, if you had sex that early, first of all, it wasn't your choice. You didn't really know what you was doing. Somebody took advantage of you, and if somebody took advantage of you, that's not anything to be proud of. So yeah, shout out for you for really, really sharing that. How you feel about the subject, Tony?
It's a difficult subject. As a woman, as a mother, I just want to kind of speak about it on a parental side.
Okay.
to the single mothers out there and the single fathers too, y'all have to be careful of who you have around your kids.
Absolutely.
You can't trust everybody with your children. Everybody doesn't have their best intentions at heart. And if your child ever comes to you, first of all, to be molested as a child, it's hard enough. The even harder part is when you get up the courage to tell someone and they don't believe you, or worse yet, they blame you. So I would just ask all the parents out there, if your child ever comes to you and tells you, you know, mommy, so-and-so touched me or did this or did that, don't brush it off. Don't just say, oh, it's your imagination. Listen to your child. Take them to get help. Do whatever you have to do to protect your kid. And at the same time, it's easy as a parent, I'm not going to cry, to feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Someone touched my daughter when she was just a little girl on the school bus, and it devastated me. She wasn't old enough to really understand what happened to her. But as her mother, I had to really talk to her and have that hard conversation with her. She was only 5. A 5-year-old doesn't know anything about sex or anything like that. Thankfully, I had prepared her somewhat. You know, if somebody touches you in a way that you don't like or isn't right, tell me. So she told me right away, but she didn't really understand it. And to have to deal with that with a child and then go through all the channels that you have to go through, I'm going to say this. The law is not set up to protect these kids. It's not.
That's true.
It's
so
not.
True.
Y'all make it so damn hard for these kids to even want to tell what has happened to them. I look at all these cases of even the Catholic priests and how they molested all these children, and they told their parents, and their parents then went and told the person over the top of that priest, and they just shuffle these priests around from parish to parish to parish so they can just infect. And it is a disease.
It is.
Pedophilia is a damn disease, and it needs to be treated as such. So that's all I have to say on that particular part of it. But as far as the laws, they're not strong enough. As you guys already said, a lot of times women are not held to the same standard as men are held to it. I know, unfortunately, a lot of men like Norris who've had that happen to them as children, and they've always been treated like, well, what you crying for? You know, you a man. No, you're a child. You are a freaking child, and that's not supposed to happen to you. I don't care if it's a woman or a man, but it seems like when a woman does it to a little boy, it's just treated like, you know, like nothing, and that's not right.
I think, and thank you both for sharing that. I think what people understand and what we do see is that sometimes when someone hurts your child, you know, when someone takes advantage of your child and they hurt you, then a lot of the responsibility sometimes falls on the parent. You know what I mean? I had something like that happen to me and my family when it related to my daughter, and it was hard because it was a family member. And, you know, my daughter through marriage at the time. So it was almost like, you know, I had it two ways. I had it from a way that, you know, if this was your real child, what would you do? And then I had it from a way that this also was a family member that I love very much. So my whole thing was I wanted to be able to find a resolution for both of them to get help. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I understand one thing, and I can only speak for my family. I understand that in my family, there was history of that. And sometimes if there's history of that, histories and cycles continue unless someone has the courage to stand up and to break them. And to stand up and to break something means that it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of effort. And it takes everybody being able to number one, recognize that, you know, that pink polka dot elephant in the room and to do something about it. And I think sometimes people don't do the necessary steps of what it takes to recognize that and to do something about it. So I definitely want to take this time to talk to anybody out there that has a young child or anybody else that has a family or anybody out there that knows that their family struggles from, you know, either sex abuse, either pedophilia or, you know, anything like this, that y'all go out there and together y'all go out there and y'all get help, because at the end of the day, these are your children. At the end of the day, they could be carrying on side effects that can affect them for life. You know what I mean? And this can be something that even in their adult years could affect them. And children are children. They're innocent. And as innocents, sometimes when an adult or somebody does something to them in that manner, they take away their childhood. And when you take away somebody else's childhood, That's a shame. You know what I mean?
It
One
is.
thing I had the pleasure even today was to tell my mother I thank her for the childhood that she gave me. You know what I mean? She did her best to give me the childhood that she had. But imagine if it was little painful things like that that had destroyed our childhood. Our lives could be out of our whack array because of dysfunction. So we're going to go into a break because, again, this is a tough subject. It's going to be very emotional for all of us. But at the end of the day, we want to send a message that we want everybody out there to tackle those hard issues in their families and to make sure that if there's anything crazy going on, we break those cycles and we get everybody help. This is the Gentleman's Sweep Show. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to break.
It's a rainy night in Connecticut, and this 40-year-old guy thinks he is going to cuddle in bed with a 13-year-old girl named Bailey. But in a few minutes, 40-year-old John DuPay will find out that this hookup has no happy ending. DuPay is the latest monster we've caught in our all-new investigative segment, Hansen vs. Predator. We're working with the Fairfield, Connecticut Police and the online predator watchdog group, Tetrad Core. They post profiles on apps like Whisper using innocuous pictures of actual underage girls who are protecting their identities. DuPay contacts not one, but two of our decoys. One we'll call Brittany and the other Bailey, hoping to strike up a sexual relationship. This phone call will creep you out.
Hello.
Hey, you.
Hey, baby.
He appears to be so desperate, he would risk a long prison sentence for a night with a 13-year-old. The text messages he sends are even more disturbing. He calls the youngster Baby. DuPay likes to be called Boo.
Hey, Boo. I'm all fresh from the shower.
I wish I smell your body, baby. Baby, I think it's gonna be amazing for me and you when our bodies are touching and I'm inside you and we're kissing. OMG.
Online, DuPay uses fake names like John Santoro and Johnny Connecticut. He's a former mail carrier and says he worked as a package handler at UPS. He claims he's 30, but he's actually 40. He calls Bailey from his cell phone.
Hello.
Hey, Boo. Where are you?
I'm outside.
More than a dozen hidden cameras throughout the Sting House capture his every move. Our fence cam captures him going to...
Man, that's crazy. I mean, did you see some of the things he was just texting to the kids?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel your baby body, or this is craziness.
It's a sickness.
This
it
is
really
serious.
is. It's a
This is
disease.
some serious stuff out here.
So I really want to take some time and I want to talk to parents or people that have stepped in the role as being parents and everything. And I want to say, like, okay, how do we protect our kids? How do we protect our kids from situations like predators or people coming to them like, should I'm gonna put it out there. Should a kid have privacy?
Nope.
Should a kid have privacy? Talk about
Nope. And no.
I got my own cell phone.
Listen, I raised a son and a daughter. We had one computer in the house, and it sat in the living room.
Okay.
I knew your passwords. I knew everything. There was no privacy. You weren't even allowed to close your door, really. I didn't play them games. You're not hiding anything from me. I wanted to know, maybe I was a little bit overprotective. Growing up the way I did, I really had no choice. I didn't want my children to ever experience any of the things that I experienced. I feel like you have to educate your kids. You can't sugarcoat none of this shit. You have to keep it 100 with them, you know, whatever's age appropriate. Have that conversation so that they are aware of their bodies. They are aware of what's right and what's wrong. And they know this is a safe place. Our home, we're protecting this house, as the topic says. You can tell me anything. You better tell me. But no, I don't think you don't get privacy till you paying your own bills and you in your own house. And you can be as private as you want to.
How you feel about that, Pope?
You know, my daughter-in-law is about 30, but one time she brought a little guy over, and I shook his hand for about 20 minutes. It seemed like, because I was
That's uncomfortable.
Until she made that announcement, this is just a friend.
Okay.
And then they try to close the door.
Oh no!
Boys in your room? Where did you
all facts. I opened the door so I can hear what's going on down there. Now, a certain individual who's their mother closes the door, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
No, we don't
she
play
ain't
that.
got some dude down there. She's like, "Well, he's just a friend. I knew him for years." I'm like, "Okay, how long you know this dude?"
Listen, them just the friends. Y'all know that Bismarcky song. You say he just a friend.
Woman.
I feel you.
I don't trust
you. 30, you gotta let her do her thing.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to Kim. Get that lady her privacy.
She need to do her own thing in her own house.
Sorry, no privacy for you.
Get him, kids.
Not in my house.
Hey, you know what I was doing at 30? No.
But no, real talk. That's how I feel about it. I'm one of those parents that I don't have no cut cards. I don't have
sure don't.
The same way I talk to y'all is the same way I talk to my kids. You know what I mean? We talk about sex. We talk about masturbation. I don't care if they 5 years old.
Listen,
we're gonna have that conversation. You know?
3-year-old, he made up a whole song when his 3-year-old was having a tantrum. His kid was looking at him like, really?
Crying don't move me. But this is how I am with my kids, because I understand this. When parents are afraid to have tough conversations with their kids, you leave it to Sweet Lou at school or somebody else to teach
educate your kids.
I don't want no Sweet Lou, because I was Sweet Lou with my daughter's legs up in the air because I didn't do the job I was supposed to do to hip her to some things out there. So at the point, I'm going to make sure that for all my kids, I tell them straight up the way it is. Like, if their mom chooses to lie to them or whatever, I'm not going to.
That's
when
right.
my kids asked me when I started having sex, I said 13. I ain't say when I got married. I ain't say whatever. I said exactly what I was doing, what happened at the moment. And then I gave them the speech that I wish I could have waited. That was me. But I was so fast trying to do what I wanted to do and be grown that I did what I need to do. And real shot, the first time I had sex, I learned the hard way. I caught gonorrhea the first time I had sex. Ooh. And I told my kids that so they could understand this. Life is real.
Yep.
Life is real.
It got real quick when they do that.
And when you out there playing adult games, there's adult things that come with them games. So my kids know everything about me. So what they can do is not make the same mistakes I've made when I was growing up, because I wanted to learn things my way. All right. So what I'm saying is this: y'all simply got to get on y'all kids. Y'all can't be lying to y'all kids. Y'all can't be sugarcoating your kids, because it's a real world out there.
Sure
and when some real stuff happens to your kids, at that point, then you get pissed off. But real talk, you should be blaming yourself for some of the things that happen to your kids, because being a parent is not being nobody's friend.
I was just getting ready to say that. Number one point, stop trying to be friends with your kids. Y'all can be friends when they 21 grown in their own house. While you in my house, it's a dictatorship. It is not a damn democracy. What I say goes. We will discuss everything. You will have free reign to speak your mind.
Exactly.
But understand, I get final say, final decision, my way, or you can get the fuck out.
You can go, listen.
But we're not friends. We are not friends, because friends means there's no boundaries there, and there's a lack of respect that pops up. For example, I have a very good friend of mine. Her kids are the same age as my kids, raised completely different. Her son that went to jail, daughter that had about 3-4 kids already.
Jesus.
Both my kids, no children. Y'all hear that? None. I ain't nobody's grandma. We not having it. Both of them are going to college. One's about to graduate in another month. I didn't play those type of games with my kids. Do they know that I love them? Yes. Do they know that I mean business? Hell yes. But we were not friends. Stop being friends with your kids.
Like, they think it's a game. You know what I mean?
It's not.
I had one time I came over my son's house and he tried to disrespect me. I got a 17-year-old son. He tried to disrespect me, so I stole him in his chest, picked him up and slammed him.
Caved it right
in. He still hasn't talked to me since that day. Do you think I care?
Nope.
I got 5 other kids, man. I'll holler at you when I holler.
I ain't lonely.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care, because I'm not going to allow a child to ever disrespect me. Because what's going to happen is one day you're going to disrespect somebody out there that does not love you, and that's going to give it to you the way that you deserve to be. It's a real
gonna be
world out here.
a whole nother ball game.
Stop being friends with your kids out there. Protect your kids. It's your job as a parent. Make sure you looking at their phone, making sure you checking their computer, their history, their files. If you can,
cookies.
Give them before you give them something. You can put one of those
It's
antivirus.
all type of
they can't hide stuff.
It's all type of parental blocks that you can do that are free of charge. Look it up, yo. It's right there. You can put it on your computer. You can even do it on their phones. Don't let them listen. I'm not saying treat them like hostages, because they still gotta live, but you gotta watch them. And like someone just said on Facebook, what you don't teach them, the street will. And the street is not going to tell them the truth, and the street is not going to look out for their well-being.
Listen, we got. This
ain't supposed to be a parenting class.
We got 2-3 minutes before we get out of here. We're going to get out of here, Jacob. We know you got to get home, but go ahead and give us that man law real quick before we shut this thing down.
My dude.
Uh-huh.
Another one from the family vacation.
Hey.
While I'm eating dinner or snacks, I don't need you talking about no 9-inch dildos. My dude. My dude. And then me and Kimberly are still wondering, did you want it for your wife or did you want it for yourself?
Oh, wait,
so my dude, I don't need you talking about no 9-inch dildos when I'm trying to eat some cake.
Hey, listen.
My dude.
Hey, listen.
That's all I gotta say. We gotta send Lady T up out of here real quick.
I want to talk to all my peoples out there, everybody that represent the gentleman sweep and everything. Today is a very sad day for us. Today is a very sad day for us. Today is the last and final show that our lovely, truly Lady T, Tanya Kennedy, will be in the building with us. And I just want to tell everybody this show would not be what it is without her.
That's for damn sure.
When this show came up, there was nobody else that I would want to my right that I would have here with me. Lady T is like my right hand lady. She's always been through me and with me through the thick and the thin, and we've had like the best friendship. So I definitely want to say, Tanya, I will miss you. Whoever sits in that chair will never compare to the things
not
that
put
you
nobody
are.
in this chair.
Somebody, the show.
Listen. Y'all better have a guest host rotate through here.
What we'll do is we'll treat it like a marriage that breaks up. We won't have nobody fill in. This would be a guest chair for a little bit, but eventually we're going to find a new boo.
Everybody's replaceable, but there's only one me.
There's only one you, and you are not replaceable. You're tier A. Whoever sits in that chair will be tier B.
Know that,
plus.
chicks.
Absolutely. So I know we want to send you off right. Smoke, go ahead and give us something to send her off right, because you know. Hey! Gentlemen, sweet with nothing without Lady T. Kennedy. We're going to miss you, Tanya. I'm going to give you one last chance.
These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes.